This article here was researched, written, and also optimized for search engines and directly pushed to WordPress, and everything was done by my Agentic SEO system, which took care of generating this table here, including all the links, and every single tool was researched. The system is also capable of generating infographics, and it can generate different post types. As an example, right now we are looking at a typical listicle that is, for instance, often used for comparing tools. On affiliate marketing websites are also done by SaaS platforms in case they want to compare their own product or service with others. And the system took even care of visiting this page, capturing a screenshot, optimizing it for search engines by adding an alternative text, but also converting it to WebP. And as you can see, it's quite long. In total, 25 tools were researched and also compared with each other. And the system includes also agents that are able to generate plots with real data. So this one was generated by a Python script. And the system has also a specific agent that is able to, first of all, create prompts in the brand theme for Nano Banana, and it can also send the request directly to the API to retrieve the image. So let's scroll down to the bottom that we can also check how the section for the FAQs looks like. And if we scroll more down, then we can see we have also the FAQ section, chapter on why we choose these apps for the comparison. And there's even for every tool a placeholder for an affiliate link, which is here. Before we show you the Agentic SEO system live, let's have a quick look into the architecture. And this diagram here is really a high-level architecture, so I want to keep it as easy as possible. But in a nutshell, we have 3 pillars. We do have agents and skills for analyzing data by using APIs such as the Google Search Console API, but also Google Analytics. And of course, this section is also connected to data for SEO and APIs that allow you to scrape SERP results. Next, we have the create and optimization part. So as you can see, this system is able to generate different type of articles, but it can also take care of optimizing these articles. So you can talk to the system, analyze a specific page, find low-hanging fruits, for instance, from the Google Search Console, and then let AI optimize the article and also update it directly for WordPress. And the third pillar is about auditing. So this system is also able to check the page speed, crawl your site, check if your site is suffering from keyword cannibalization, if you have broken URLs, and so forth. And as you can see, it's also possible to use multiple clients. So you can use the system for as many websites as you want to. And the first thing I want to show you is how easy it is to add a new site to the system. I created a fresh WordPress site on Hostinger. So it's just a simple template about organic and also veggie products. And if I want to add a new site to the system, I can simply use the command add site, followed by the site slug. So in this example, I would just pick something from here, but you could also use a name from your client or the domain. And after that, the system will guide you through the complete setup. So the first thing that happens is that a template directory will be copied to the new site. Afterwards, it will take care of setting up the environment file for our credentials. We have to configure the site URL, and in case the first or second option is wrong, then you can also always just type it. But in this case, I will pick the first option. Afterwards, it will ask me for the property URL, and I will also show you that in a bit on my own website. But for this website, I don't have it connected to the Google Search Console. So in this case, I would skip it. And of course, you could also do the same in case you're using the system for a client where you don't have access to the Google Search Console. And I will do the same for Google Analytics, so it's not set up. Now we can select the business type. So in this case, I would pick e-commerce, but in case none of these options are applicable, then you can also just type something and the system will take care of analyzing it and then adding this information to the site configuration. So in this example, none of these options are good. So I would just simply enter here something, for instance, organic food products, then we can submit it. And now we can select the tone. So in this case, I will pick professional friendly, but in case you want to analyze the existing tone from your website, then you can also pick this option here, provide some sample URLs, and then the system will scrape the content, analyze the tone, and then insert that into the site configuration. Afterwards, you can pick the content type. So if you just have a simple blog, then I would recommend blog post. But if you're focusing, for instance, on affiliate marketing, then it might make sense to pick here listicle. So I will continue with blog post, then we can submit it. And now you can also enable the feature that the agents are able to publish and also update the content on your WordPress site. I will skip that for now, but in case you want to enable this feature, then you simply need to provide the application password. And in this step, you can add your competitors because the system is also able to analyze the content from your competitors, and then it can suggest you content ideas, and of course can also find content gaps. So as an example, I could simply go to the third option and then provide multiple URLs. But for the demo, I will keep it easy. This step is one of my favorites because the system is also able to auto-detect the brand themes that you're using. So in the background, it uses Firecrawl to scrape the content from your website. And there's also a brand object that we also have the right brand theme for generating infographics, but also featured images. Now it extracted the primary, secondary color, but also the accent color and the font type. And in case it looks good for you, then you can simply go ahead with the first option. But in case something went wrong, then you can also adjust the colors. The Agentic SEO system supports two different types of storage. They can either save everything on your local machine, or you can enable Google Drive, and then it will generate for every client an isolated folder, and then it will save everything inside of it. But for the demonstration, I will keep it on my local machine. In this step, you can configure if you want to build a context for your website. So it will scrape all your articles, and then it will use that information for checking if you already wrote an article about a specific topic, if you have articles that are really similar, but it's also used for setting up internal links. Since this is just a dummy site with also dummy context, I will skip that for now. Now the system takes care of updating the configuration files. It takes also care of updating all the colors, which will be used for generating plots and also AI-generated images. And now the site has been added to the system. So the interactive setup took care of adding here all the values for the configuration. But in case you want to change something or enable afterwards, for instance, the WordPress integration, or you want to analyze data from Google Analytics or the Google Search Console API, then you can simply change that here, or ask simply the system, and then it will also guide you through the setup. And this specific client onboarding process can be done for as many websites as you want to, and everything always starts with the add site command, which takes care of analyzing the website. So it doesn't matter if it's a custom website, a WordPress website, Webflow, Framer, or any other content management system, because in the background it is using Firecrawl for scraping the content. And this is also the reason why we are able to auto-detect things such as the brand colors, writing tone, fonts, logo, and of course the site index for internal links. Afterwards, everything is saved in the specific configuration file, which you saw before. And once this is done, then you can already start to analyze the data from your Google Search Console, create content, optimize content, or perform an audit on your whole site. And the most important part is that everything is completely isolated per client. So in case you want to configure it for a specific niche, then you can do that as well. The website here is completely new and there's no search data. I can't show you the analytics feature on this site, but we can do it on my own website because it is connected to the Google Search Console and also Google Analytics. And I also added my own website to the system, which means we can use that for analyzing data from the Google Search Console, Google Analytics, but there are also other reports that take care of analyzing the data from both sources, merge the data in order to reveal more insights, for instance, about the conversion rate. And this approach here allows you to directly find quick wins, issues regarding click-through rate, but also pages where you have a high ranking but low clicks, which means it might make sense to update the title or check the SERP results. Another cool thing is the cannibalization feature. So you can use that system to check if any of your pages are competing for the same keywords. And of course, you can also use these analytics features to generate new content ideas, which are then also data-driven. Because instead of guessing something, you take already keywords that you're ranking for, and then you can use that system for filling these gaps automatically. Now let's have a look into the analytics features. And for that, there are specific skills which you can either invoke directly by calling them with a specific site. So in this case, I added it as Marvomatic, but you can also simply talk to the system and, for instance, just ask for the performance from the Google Search Console for one of your websites. And then Claude Code knows exactly which skill it has to use. And as you can see, pulling data is quite fast. We get some key observations, top countries, devices, top pages, and so forth. But we can also, for instance, something like, is my website suffering from keyword cannibalization? We can directly see that, for instance, 2 pages are competing for the keyword N8N rank tracker template. And most likely both pages are below each other because the average position is really close. And now I get also directly recommendations on how to improve that. But let's say I'm interested in data from Google Analytics, and I can also use the skill for generating a report, which is the Google Analytics for report skill. I got a report based on data from Google Analytics, so key insights about the most traffic is coming from, information about pages that are not performing well, but also an analysis of the conversion rate, for instance, for my landing page for my community. And if we scroll to the top, then we can also see that we get more information, such as where are the sessions coming from. And in case I want to drill down, then I can simply ask a follow-up question. Now, let me show you the core of the system, which is the content pipeline. So this pipeline here was also used for creating this article here, including taking the screenshots, generating the plots for price comparison, but also for generating the featured image, and of course the publishing part of WordPress. And everything starts with the fundamental data, which is coming from our competitors, SERP data for our focus keywords. And this data is then passed to the second stage, where the content brief will be generated, the outline, but also things such as word count to match also the content length of our competitors. Afterwards, the researcher starts to grab real data for our target keywords by using SERP results, but also platforms such as Reddit, in order to analyze the search intent better, but also find questions that should be covered in the article. Afterwards, the content writer produced a full draft from the brief that was generated in the second stage, but also based on the research from the previous stage here. And in order to make sure that the quality is high, there's also a quality gate, which is the editor, because in this stage, the editor takes care of scoring the content from 1 to 10, and then it gives feedback back to the content writer that takes care of updating the content. And this process only happens twice in order to not waste too many tokens. And after approval, the editor passes the data to the optimization stage, where title, meta descriptions, but also internal links are set. Finally, the visual creator takes care of generating thumbnails in the brand styles, infographics, charts by using libraries such as Matplotlib or Seaborn, and then the article gets published in WordPress. And in case you didn't configure any content management system, then you will also have all the content either on your local machine or on Google Drive, and there will be always a markdown file and also an HTML file that is also styled with the brand colors. Content creation is one side of search engine optimization, but there's also the technical health. And for that, the system includes also an audit system, which consists out of 8 agents. There's one orchestrator, which invokes 8 agents that are specialized in a specific field. As an example, there's an agent that can take care of the technical audit, content quality, your backlink profile, how well is your site performing in local results, checking the core web vitals, but of course also agents that can pull data from the Google Search Console and Google Analytics in order to perform an analysis based on the search data. I took care in the background of executing the command for my own website, and the only thing I had to do was to execute the command site audit followed by the domain. I do get a complete analysis, which starts first of all with critical issues that I should fix immediately, which also makes sense because I previously migrated my website from WordPress to custom code, and apparently I forgot to update my robots.txt. But I do have also other issues such as bad performance for mobile devices, thin pages, and a few other things. And then we have also a section for quick wins. So obviously the recommendation is to update the broken reference to my sitemap, removing the brand name from my title text, preloading images in order to improve the speed of the site. And the report even includes a priority list with things that I should tackle really fast, but also things that are not as critical as the first ones. And then there's also a recommendation to launch a blog, because this site does not have any blog and only a few landing pages. And it even recommends for me to build what kind of content classes I should cover on my website, including a cross analysis. And what's also really interesting is that it was able to figure out that I also have a GitHub repository with 1,500 stars. And the recommendation is to use that link better on my website. Let me show you why that system is even more powerful than it looks like. And it is due to the fact that everything is isolated based on your clients. So if we have a look into the multi-site management feature, so it doesn't matter if you want to use that system for a single website, for 5, 10, or even more, because every single site has its own configuration. You can even configure your own credentials in case you want to separate the cost for calling external APIs or also for the token usage. And once you've added a site, then you can either use it in a scheduled way so that you can perform the analysis once per week and based on the data, create new content or even optimize content. But you can also use any of these skills in a conversational way. And the structure is also really clean. So there's a directory called sites, followed by the slug or whatever you want to use as the ID. And then every client will have a folder for draft articles, published articles, your reports, but also a changelog, which is really important because let's say you use that system for analyzing data from the Google Search Console and you get the recommendation to create an article for a specific keyword, and you did that. And the following day you ask the same question, then it will most likely recommend the same thing. But due to the changelog, the system knows also what was done in the last 14 or even 28 days. And of course, it can be also configured to more days in case you're willing to spend more tokens on the analysis. And now everything that you saw, so the complete architecture, all the agents, but also skills, are in a single system that can be found within my community in the classroom Agentic SEO, where I also cover basics on how to use such systems together with other tools, for instance, like N8N, or how you can deploy that on a virtual private server. So in case you're interested in this Agentic SEO system, then feel free to join. And in case you have any questions, feel free to add them to the comment section. And we will hear each other in the next video.